Welcome back to What You Missed, a video game news show where I discuss articles that occurred within days to a week ago that you may have missed that are important to the video game industry and possibly to you. So there's two stories I wanted to speak about today, and the first one is Sega's new SEGA Forever collection that brings classic games to mobile for free. Now this is from the TechCrunch, that's the citation I'm using, but they actually do have a website where you can go and check that out. Unfortunately, when I checked it this morning, it had crashed. So if it's working now when I'm editing this video, then you'll see it up on the video, but if it's not, then you'll see the crash report. So there you go. Apparently, what the collection offers is every Sega game that has been produced by Sega for the last, I would say 30, 40 maybe even years. And what they're doing is they're bringing it to every iOS and Android device that is compatible with them, allowing you to use controllers. You can play your favorites, and you'll be able to continue playing these games on your phones and mobile devices. They're free to play. The games can be rendered ad-free with a one-time $1.99 purchase, which is a really good job on Sega's part, instead of saying, well, you can't ever disable the ads, because ads produce a lot more money than a one-time fee. I think $1.99 is pretty generous. I think $1 would have been the sweet spot, but I'm not sure if that is for each individual game being $1.99 or the collection of games. They are going to be releasing certain games. So the first initial release is going to be including the Sonic the Hedgehog, Phantasy Star 2, Comic Zone, Kid Chameleon, and Alter Beast. And each of these will be available on Google Play Store and Apple's iOS Android store, the App Store, and apparently with iMessage sticker packs for each included in the bundle. So that's cool, I guess. Sega's not stopping with those 5, though, as I said before. The plan is to launch new additions to the collection every 2 weeks, which I said before, I didn't know if it was going to be monthly or weekly, but I'm not sure if they're going to release these games and then take them off the Apple or iOS marketplace and then put up the new ones, if they're going to rotate them out, kind of like what Nintendo's doing. So this is going to expand and cover multiple console generations. Sega says that it includes both official emulations and ported games. So Sega's pretty liberalistic with accepting emulators and ROMs, which is important if you think about it, because a lot of other industries, a lot of other different companies get quite upset at that stuff. Nintendo's so archaic that they will copyright claim certain videos on YouTube. So there you go. At least Sega is embracing the future and what we already have in place. That's very important to me. At the very least, I appreciate the ability to play corrected, fixed ROMs instead of being restricted to a broken ROM because purists or the companies refuse to play a newer version, refuse to play a remastered version or a different version. These games are faithful to their original ports. At the same time, they already said that they're going to do official emulations and ported games though, so that's good. I'm curious to see if we're going to see the Dreamcast ported games like Sonic Adventure and Sonic Adventure 2. Maybe we'll get to see third-party games like Ready to Rumble. That would be interesting to me to see those games come out on Android and iOS games. I'd be shocked to see if this was a new wave and startup for Sega themselves to see them come back into the console marketplace. Man, can you imagine if this actually kickstarted them and got them to make the Dreamcast 2 a real thing instead of just a fan prototype project? I mean, that would be awesome. I loved Sega. I grew up with Sega. They have an ad for this. You have to see the ad. Ladies and gentlemen, I assure you, if you did not grow up in the 90s and you only know what memes have told you, you only know what images have told you, what people talk about, ooh, 90s kids this, 90s kids that. I was a 90s kid, all right? Listen, man, you need to go and watch this advertisement. It is 90s all over the place, all right? So that's the first story I have. That's the biggest one. The second story I have is Mega Man Legacy Collection 2 is officially announced. This was a while ago, and I'm sorry I didn't get to it sooner, but again, this is what you missed. So if you missed it, here you go. So apparently there's going to be a Mega Man Legacy Collection 2, which I had initially said the Legacy Collection 1 was an absolutely wonderful deal to get, and to support Capcom giving Mega Man as much attention as possible. Now what ended up happening is that they've made a Legacy Collection 2 for PC, PS4, and Xbox One. 1. Now, I'm quite sure, and I would not be surprised if this wouldn't come out on the 3DS and the Nintendo Switch also. It's just that these are the supported formats for now. The collection will be released on August 8th in North America and will cost $19.99 for both digitally and retail. That's right, you're going to be able to buy the boxed version of this. And I strongly suggest that you get the boxed version of this because, once again, you never know how things are going to go digitally. Your console could crap out. You might end up having to sell the console. At the very least, if you get the boxed version, you get a little bit more money if you end up selling it. The collection includes Mega Man 7 through 10, a challenge mode with new stage remixes just like the previous collection did, online leaderboards, and a music player that lets you listen to tracks from each game. If they just took the Mega Man Legacy Collection formula from the original and copied and pasted it to the remaining games, I'm happy. I'm happy because it had everything I wanted in it. It just had everything I wanted. Exactly what they said here. This is exactly what every nostalgic fan wants. If you didn't enjoy Mega Man in the 90s, if you didn't get to grow up with the NES Mega Man, the Super Nintendo Mega Mans, if you didn't get to try it on the Game Boy Advance, this is your chance, and I strongly suggest that you do pick up this game. I guarantee you, if it is just a carbon copy and paste from the first one to the second one, it will be an outstanding port. I promise you. So, when asked about the potential for the Nintendo Switch and 3DS versions, a representative for Capcom told IGN, there are no plans for versions on Nintendo platforms, quote, at this time. Quote, there are no plans for a Nintendo Switch or Nintendo 3DS version at this time. Right now, we're focusing on developing the game for Xbox One, PlayStation 4, and PC. But once again, I have to tell you, remember what happened with the original Legacy? Yes, it came out on initial devices, but then it came out for Steam, but then it came out for 3DS also. So you never know what they're going to end up doing. There's also included a museum, which contains an archive of sketches of development materials, production art, and concepts for Mega Man 7 through 10. Various free add-on content will be included in the collection, like the ability to play as Proto Man in Mega Man 9 and battle against Mega Man killers in Mega Man 10. So this is all I need, and this is all $20. This is a game that will probably provide you at least a month's worth of entertainment to master all the aspects of this video game. Mega Man is very close to my heart. It is one of my favorite series of all time because it's such a good game. It is developed in such a way that it is your fault if you fail. There are rarely moments where there are BS deaths that are unavoidable. Almost every death in that game makes you feel like you caused that death. It was your fault. And this is no exception. So being able to master all of those games and beat all of those games, whether you do it with the boss's weaknesses, whether you do it in a way where you're just doing it with no hits, or whether you're just running through the game because you've never done it before, it gives you a sense of accomplishment and makes you feel good that you're able to outrun and gun the enemies. It's a game of patience, memorization, and the ability to press the right buttons at the right time. It's like a quick time event type of game, but you're actually in control of it, and it's not a scripted scene that's set up. You can choose whether or not you want to take out enemies with a charge shot, with regular buster, or a unique and special weapon, and how to overcome the obstacles and which path to take is really up to you. It's a great game and a great collection, and I would strongly suggest anyone who has never played Mega Man or has the original Legacy collection but never was able to play the Super Nintendo versions or the Xbox 360, PS3's Mega Man 9 and 10, or the Game Boy Advance version of Mega Man 8, it's worth the money. So that's about all I have to say. There's a lot of collections coming out that are capitalizing on nostalgic fans. This is no surprise to me, as most nostalgic fans who are growing up right now are in their 20s and 30s who grew up with these game series when they were younger. So that means Capcom, Nintendo, Sega, all of these companies that are releasing these collections and remastered, revamped versions of their original games, they know that we are the people who have the money. We don't have to ask mommy and daddy for money. We don't have to spend our allowances. We have cash money. We have jobs. We work them. And they know who they need to pander to get their sales. So this is a really great time to be alive, especially if you are a gamer in the 1980s or 1990s. Some people sit here and say, oh, the modern consoles are crap. Oh, you might as well just be a PC gamer. And I'm not discounting the fact that you might be happier as a PC gamer, but I am just saying the fact that it is very wonderful to have these retro collections come out in a time where you're being forced to pay for online interactions with people, co-op is all but dead on the couch, and you're able to play with people online across the world, but it's gated by money. Well, with these collections, you don't have to pay that cash, man. You just buy what you buy, you play the game, and it's like you're playing it from the 1990s, 1980s, whatever, whenever the game ended up coming out. So there you go, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys really enjoyed it, please make sure to leave me a like. I really appreciate when you guys share this with other people and I get a lot of views, man. It really motivates me. It touches my heart to see that so many fans really enjoy me making these videos. Even if I only end up being small time, it's worth it to deliver the gaming news to you. I love this job, I love you guys, and I really appreciate your support. Once again, I've been your host, Protomario. I'm signing out. As always, good gaming, God bless, and thanks for taking the time out to watch this video.